excited. Um, so the topic was tongue tie. A lot from people who are like, "Hey, I've gone to a networking event, or I've just met somebody um, randomly on the train or something." And like, how do you start a conversation? This is especially difficult sometimes for introverts for whom I'm doing this presentation, because sometimes we overthink things and we're like thing and everything, you're thinking of stuff to say, and your mind gets tangled and or frozen, and you're just like, what do I say after hi? I get that question a lot when I'm talking to people, introverts, especially, as I mentioned, when they're trying to network or meet new people. So this is a bit based off my book, Always Say Hi, The Introvert's Guide to Overcoming Rejection, which is on Amazon and as of now, and also shipping next week in March 2020. So uh, this is very simple. This is going to be a short webinar because it's really a simple step process of how to figure out the perfect thing to say and the way to get a genuine conversation started. So this is let's put things into perspective. Hey, what do I say? And I know you can Google like, hey, 20 best conversation starters, lines you can memorize, funny questions you can ask people, or what do you ask them? You ask them what do they do for a living, or things like that. Um, and in my experience, this other way that I'm going to show you has been more effective. We get tired of those conversations of, hey, what do you do for a living? Or, hey, have you been traveling lately? Right now, coronavirus is going on, so that's kind of an interesting question to ask somebody. We get tired of those conversations. We've been through them a million times, and it's kind of like, when you get that question, you just want to yawn and sometimes and just walk away. But how do you really find the most genuine and most appropriate thing to say to build a connection with this person? You know nothing about them, and maybe you're meeting them for the first time. Tongue tied, what to say after hi. So let's get started into it. Hopefully you can see these slides here. So first principle, let's rewind a little bit. Who you are matters infinitely more than what you say. Remember that. Who you are matters what you say. So putting it in perspective, like what you say actually doesn't matter very much. It does not matter very much whether you just say hi, whether you tell a joke or whatever. Who you are matters so much more. We've all seen, like, follow that celebrity on Twitter or something, and they tweet like good morning, and then there's like 9,000 replies. Well, because they're like a celebrity and everyone thinks that that's awesome. Or maybe you met somebody, like a personal little icon that you admire, and you met them at a networking event, and suddenly, they came up to you and said, hello, how are you doing? And then a little while later, you're telling all your friends, oh my gosh, so and so talked to me and asked me how I was doing. Right? The words don't matter. You're asking and saying, like, okay, well, I'm not a celebrity. That does not make a difference. And I go into this more in depth in my book, but I'll give you a brief overview right now. Is that who you are is something that you can determine. And it's kind of a life of work. So once, am I a person, an awesome person? Do I have a great life? Do I have talents? Am I somebody who wants the best for people? Am I somebody who wants to help people? Are you a helper, an inspirer? What are you? The first most important thing in conversation. Figure out who you are. That's something that you can totally determine. When you figure that out, what to say comes much more naturally. So that's something to begin the day with, really, not through whichever means you want to use, meditation, um, journaling, or reflection, whatever, what have you. So hopefully, let's see, one can still there. Great. Sorry. So who you are matters infinitely more than what you have to say. Point number two, why you say it matters still more than what you say. All right. So you figure out like down to, hey, am I a good person or not? If you're a good person, then don't worry about it. You're gonna say good things. Like that's the point. You know, you don't have to overthink things. Like you're gonna say good things. So figure out like why are you even talking to this person? Why is it? Do you want to bring something good into their life? Do you want to help them? Do you want to get to know them? You need to figure that out. Like, hey, why? What is my intention? And when you find your intention, then what you have to say becomes so much more simple and easy. You know, I'm a good person. I'm an interesting person. I'm an author. I am a networker. And I am saying, and I'm talking to this person because they seem interesting or because I noticed something that they were wearing. Whatever it is, there's something about people. Maybe it's their smile. And so you have to figure out like, hey, why am I encountering this person? This is something that really comes naturally. Like it's not something you need to overthink. You don't need to sit there and meditate on it. It's just something like your intention is something that's present throughout the day. When I run into somebody at the elevator, before I even met them, I've already decided, hey, I love people and I want to get to know people. And I want, that's my intention. And then when I run into them, it just fits into that. Hey, in a way, I said like, hey, I love you and I'd like to get to know you. Hey, what's up? How's your day going? Um, I noticed this about you or that about you, or you seem in a rush. How's it going? So it's determining that why. Figure out that why you're even talking to people. Like if you're going to go to an event, and if your intention is awesome, that you want to bring value to people's lives, that you want to make people's lives better, you want to make them feel great, whatever. Like if your intention is awesome, then you're gonna say the right awesome thing. Okay, it's as simple as that. I know one of my good friends that I've met here in Houston. I met randomly at a bar. I just went up to caught my attention because he was looking really sharp and he was like really fit and I was like, dude, what's your story? Hey, and my some of my first words I remember I was like, dude, you're awesome. And where did that come from? It just came from that was just my feeling like, dude, you're awesome, you know. And then he was like, you're awesome too, and I was like, yeah, and it's like high five and we became friends. It's such a simple thing. I'm somebody who's just here to give and make sure everybody has a great time. My intention is to just make people feel great and learn something new about them because I'm curious about people. And so when I say, hey, you're awesome, like that's enough. That's enough to make a great connection. We don't have to sit there and tell each other our entire life story, to bond. It's just a genuine connection of what you have to say. So definitely so my course, and then also uh, in my book, and it's determining that why you even want to encounter people. Period. Next one is the reaction you get matters least of everything, and sometimes we get into this addiction matters the most. And we're trying to say things to please people. We're wondering, oh, is this going to offend that person? Is this going to, no, the reaction you get is something you can't even control. So what happens is if you're focused on the reaction, you want to say things that make people happy. You want to say things that please them, that win them over. You just become all tied up and you're always hesitant. So what you focus on instead is, hey, like going back to the basics. Hey, am I a good person? Who am I? Why am I saying this? And the rest is out of my hands. it's focusing and bringing that intention to the foreground. That's what matters. I've gotten said some things to people that gotten very hesitant, or like you can almost matter. Like, but later on, we still became friends. Maybe you'll make somebody even a little uncomfortable. Like, who cares? You being genuine is what's important. That's what matters in what you say to people. That you're honest and genuine with what you have to say to them, and that your intentions are good. That you're a good person. That is coming from a place of love, or that is coming from a place of wanting to. Reaction you get, if you live by people's reactions, that's when you climb up and then you just stop talking, because you're always worried about what people are going to say to you. Oh, I said something dumb, whatever. And then you're just, as an introvert especially, you're just going to go over that and over and over and play that on a loop for like all day, well into the night, and then wake up to that as well. Oh, I said this dumb thing. And everyone in the conversation kind of laughed at me. Who cares? Like, and you being honest with people, and you really speaking from your feeling. If your feelings are good throughout the whole day, your speaking from your feelings is also going to be good. Like, you're going to say the right thing. So there was, this has happened like in the most, like, you can almost say weird ways for me. Like, it's like your body, your mind is to say already, but we confuse things and everything. I'll give you an example. I saw somebody at the park and we were chatting and everything, and my feeling was like, wow, looking at her face, like, you have a really bright complexion. And then she said, wow, thanks so much. I've been working on my skincare routine like for weeks. That was just the perfect thing to say. It was just genuine. And I wasn't saying it to please her or anything. It was just to find, hey, you have a really bright complexion. So being genuine, your mind knows what to say. Your feelings already know what to say. You just got to let them go a little bit. And you got to trust them and know that, hey, you just focus on being a good person who wants to bring goodness into people's lives. The right words are going to come to mind. That's going to be the perfect thing to say. All right. So summing that up, the perfect thing to say is always how you feel, and focus on feeling great, feeling good about life, feeling good about other people. And that doesn't necessarily mean you agree with everybody. Like, hey, I agree with everybody politically speaking, or religiously, or in their lifestyle, whatever. It's totally fine. But you do accept them. You want to bring value to their life. You want to make them feel maybe just a little bit better today, whatever your intention is. So focus on who you are. Determine that I'm an awesome person. I have a lot to offer this world. Focus on your intention, and then let your feelings do the rest. Like, you're going to say that you'll trust yourself. You're going to say the right thing. Or if there's nothing to be said, nothing to say, and just look at somebody and listen to them. That's totally fine. But I'm saying the perfect thing because I'm just being honest. Like, I don't have anything that comes to mind. I'm not going to sit there and chat away just for the sake of conversation. So being honest and true to your feelings and you can say your spontaneous, intuitive thoughts. Like, let your mind work for you. Don't work for your place, and let it work for you, and it'll do the work. I don't really think about what to say. I just focus during the day on, hey, fill my mind with good things, and everything from the music I listen to the podcasts I listen to. And I try to do that in TV or movies I watch, whatever, or in my self-thought when I'm alone. Just fill your mind with good things. And when you are with people and you're talking, like, great things are going to come out. The perfect thing's always going to come. Don't overthink things. That's especially something that comes to us as introverts, is so good at analyzing and thinking things, and thinking about consequences and weighing pros and cons and all that. And in certain situations, like, that's good. But in everyday life of just connecting with people and uh, really just showing them the best of yourself and building genuine connection. You don't need to sit and overanalyze things. All you need to do is give yourself to people. The perfect thing to say is always what you feel. So focus first on your feelings, and then you can just let them go. Okay, well, awesome. I hope this was helpful to you. There's definitely goes, as I mentioned, if you're interested in this topic and you want to learn more, definitely pick up my book, Always Say Hi, The Introvert's Guide to Overcoming Rejection and that, or find me on Instagram, Always Say Hi, separated by dots, always dot say dot hi, or go to alwayssayhi.com just to sign up for weekly stories of meeting people and tips to building your social connectivity. I'm always here to help. Always feel free to DM me any questions, and we'll be in touch.